And don't you even dare try to insult my intelligence by telling me that you are overworked. I'll have you know that William Shatner faced years of working in the straw hat circuit after Star Trek ended, and had little to no money after he went through a nasty divorce while taking care of 3 kids and a dog, with his only possessions being a truck that he would have to drive from theater to theater for any kind of employment, along with a small stove and a toilet. Not to mention, J.K. Rowling was struggling for years as an author and a single parent, living in poverty, suffering from depression that got so bad that she actually considered committing suicide at one point, and even had to go through psychiatric counseling before eventually finding success in the Harry Potter novel series. Also, Paul Walker is a single dad who had to take care of his preteen daughter while starring in blockbuster films, as well as being a regular volunteer helping those in need after natural disasters on behalf of a non-profit organization that sends doctors and nurses and search and rescue personnel for both emergency and non-emergency assistance across the globe. As you can see, they have all had enough time for their kids while properly balancing their careers in the workforce. Therefore, you have absolutely no excuse for your actions. This moment would only alienate the very audience that this video was geared towards, because it has no other audience. In layman's terms, Mr. Carson, fuck you! Okay, just cut the commercial. I need a drink. Good old-fashioned cinnamon tea. What will you not soothe? So, where was I? Oh, yes. Well, after that happened, Chris decides he's had enough and runs away. We then cut to the Applegate mansion where the ghostly trio are about to torture Casper in the worst ways they can imagine.
Pay the price. Pay the piper.
Paper and plastic.
Look, Elvis's ghost. Where? Where's the kid?
Stupid. Everyone knows Elvis is still alive.
Cue conspiracy theorist joke here. We then see Chris wallowing in his sorrows as he walks across the street. And just to drive the point even further home, he sees some kid and his dad coming back from some batting cage. And then we see the bullies come again and gang up on Chris in a completely emotionally compromised state, hindering his ability to fight. And it's at this point when we truly realize that the girl bully has officially turned herself around, or at the very least removes any and all doubt that she has turned around, since she clearly did so earlier. Bullies then decide to drag him over to the Applegate mansion and lock him inside.
You are gonna die.
You don't know that. The whole bomb implantation was a top-secret operation. What, did you read the script in advance or something? Also, how the hell did they get the keys to the mansion anyway? Is this another case of lazy script writing? And so Kibosh finally catches up with the ghostly trio and decides to have them all locked into a cage, which somehow has the ability to hold on to the spirits of ghosts. We then cut to the next morning and we see the douche waking up off the couch, clearly in a hangover, getting drunk off his ass the previous night. We then get the basic rundown of Operation Blow Up Ancient Mansion. And as soon as he finishes, he drops his walkie-talkie on the ground where it's no longer useful, setting up the dramatic plot point where he can't be turned away. Tim then decides to check up on his son to see if he hasn't run away,
Chris.
only to find out that he has. He then reads the note saying that he now has all the time in the world for his work, when suddenly Casper shows up, shocking the hell out of Tim Douche Carson.
Boy, Chris was right. You really don't have an imagination.
You know where my son is? I swear, if you've done something to my son...
That I haven't already done myself.
So to speak.
They start having a little pep talk on how he focuses too much on his work and not enough on his own son.
It seems as if I'm always pushing away the people that I love.
He's only 10, Mr. Carson, and very lonely.
He's lonely. How can he be lonely? I'm always there.
No, you're always working. Find him. You need each other.
You're right, Casper. We do need each other, and we love each other.
You're a bulldog, quick to assume, slow to admit when you're wrong. Makes for a good cop, but a lousy human being.
You think this will make you good? You're not good.
Nothing that happens now is any of your concern! Your very existence is a mistake! You need to be erased from the face of the earth! You think you can be forgiven?
The problem is you will still be the same rat bastard tomorrow. And nothing you say will ever change that.
I bet he's at the Applegate place. Chris loves it there.
The Applegate place, that's gonna blow in 15 minutes!
What?
Realizing he won't be able to get to the building on time, he decides to hitch a ride with Chris's teacher, who turns out to be none other than Sheila Fistograph.
You're Sheila Fistograph!
Wait, shouldn't you have already known this? I mean, she's Chris's teacher. Are you telling me he's so neglectful he's never even met with any of his teachers?
This time, forget his birthday?
It's worse. Way worse.
You're so stubborn, you don't understand. Without change, this town is dead.
I'm not killing him like you are. Why can't you see I am just trying to save this town?
Extremely clunky and contrived attempt at sparking romance with these two characters.
There's a bomb in the house. Let's go.
Failed.
It's fine, Ed.
Oh, go away! And so they enter into the protest zone where the house is about to blow up. And hey, Johnny Rico, I didn't know you were in this movie. Ah, great. Now I can think about his evil Steve Gutenberg getting torn to pieces by giant bugs. Tim then tries to reason with the former Navy commando who's dead set on getting the mission done.
You bleeding heart libertine.
Oh, you freak! It's me, Tim!
How do I know you're not some master of disguise imposter?
It's over!
Oh, Bill, you're getting so soft in your older years, aren't you? You should have used the bowling ball instead.
Maybe I can find the bomb and disarm it. Oh, now what? Think, Casper, think.
Let us give our hearts for their sacrifice.
Must say that mutation.
No!
Sheesh, the way he just casually tosses the detonator like that would have really sucked if he accidentally activated the bomb.
What the fuck? Negatory, you sniveling liberal pansy. My bomb's got a default mechanism on it. You can wave bye-bye to that rat trap in 1 minute.
And we see Tim Carson desperately and yet futilely try to redeem himself by breaking into the mansion and somehow setting Chris free. And we see Kibosh and Snivel heading their way towards the mansion for the final confrontation. So Casper tries desperately to find some way to defuse the bomb by the only reasonable way he can think of, by eating it. And it ends anticlimactically with Casper exploding.
It's still standing!
Soldier, you have failed! 30 days in the stockade.
As I've been saying all along, we must preserve a historic landmark.
Saying one thing at one time and then contradicting himself at another? Rodney Dangerfield is a politician. Also, what's with the mayor shaking hands with this random person right here? Was he important to the story? Was there some interesting subplot that wound up on the cutting room floor? Are they gay lovers or something? Who cares? It's almost over.
How did you do that?
Believing Casper managed to learn this new ability from the ghostly trio, he decides to put them on leave, but still wants to bring Casper back into his fold. Then the ghostly trio decide to do the one thing that redeems them in the eyes of the viewers. And the ghostly trio decide to form the canon that we all know from the first film.
You want him? You got him. But remember the rules. A family has to stick together for all time.
Yeah, you're stuck with Cato.
That's Casper.
Laugh, goddammit, laugh!
My tomb again.
And so Casper and the ghostly trio get to live in the Applegate Mansion, even though it's pretty clear they don't stay there for long since they were at Whipstaff Manor in the first movie, which clearly means they're probably going to leave soon.
Try to behave yourselves.
We then cut to this heartwarming moment between father and son.
Sorry for ignoring you.
Except he was the reason Chris got in this whole situation to begin with. If he hadn't been a complete douche to Chris, Chris wouldn't have run away, and thus he wouldn't have got caught by the bullies and then got trapped in the house. This was all Tim's fault. Tim Carson, I'd like to introduce you to Maximilian. He's going to determine just how much redemption you deserve. Survey says... Fuck yes!
What we miss? You almost got Chris killed. Cool.
We get it, movie. Bullies have no souls. We then have the former bully girl meet up with Chris inside the mansion in order to finally resolve their supposed sexual tension that's been going on. Or at least the 10-year-old equivalent of sexual tension. As here she finally gets to meet Casper. As we cut to the closing panning shot, we see the bullies get hung by a tree by the ghostly trio, which is clearly not enough of a punishment for them after what's happened, but don't worry, I'll send Maximilian for them later. And then we sign off with possibly the weakest jump scare of all time. And then once the ending credits stop rolling, we see this really dumb music video featuring a song that has nothing to do with the film whatsoever, with random clips of the film strung together to make it seem like the two of them have something to do with each other, when they don't. And then they advertise the album with this really shitty audio quality, when all it is essentially a compilation of old classic songs combined with the shitty ones made specifically for this film. So that was Casper, A Spirited Beginning. Fuck! This was obviously an attempt at 20th Century Fox to cash in on a popular blockbuster preying on the ignorance of the consumers. You know what? From this day forward, they will be known strictly as 20th Century fucking Fox. Thing is, this is not some cinematic tour de force that would justify this kind of family situation. This is a piece of shit direct-to-video kids film. I'm sorry, but this movie is just god-awful. And not just for direct-to-video standards, it just irks me from a moral level, and for a guy who uses crude humor and says the F-word on a regular basis, that's saying a lot. And what a way to start a review series. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to try and take this piece of trash into the dumpster. We'll see you next time.
Don't go changing. Sure, patty pop, push it down, pull it up.
Even the soundtrack sucks.